That's why Diddy-Jakes was there, to try to fix his image.
Diddy-Jakes, renowned for his powerful sermons and steadfast faith, has influenced countless lives. But according to Diddy's former bodyguard, there's a side to this story that the public was never supposed to know. This insider's account challenges our preconceived notions, revealing details that contradict Jake's public image. What did this bodyguard witness, and why is he risking so much to speak out? As we delve deeper into these little-known facts, this revelation becomes even more shocking. Before diving into the new information, we need to explore the relationship between Diddy and Diddy-Jakes. The connection between Diddy and Diddy-Jakes first became evident in 2022, when Jakes partnered with Diddy's Revolt TV to launch a series called Kingdom Culture with Diddy-Jakes. This collaboration was Jake's attempt to extend his message beyond the church, aiming to reach a broader audience through mainstream media. By blending Diddy's expansive media influence with Jake's faith-driven teachings, the alliance signaled the beginning of a more visible partnership between the two. But this bond wasn't just about business. The two men grew closer, publicly supporting each other at key events and expressing gratitude for the influence they had on each other's lives. During his acceptance speech for the BET Lifetime Achievement Award, Diddy made a point of specifically acknowledging Diddy-Jakes, bringing even more attention to their association at such a significant moment. This shout-out only intensified the focus on their connection. Soon after, the two began appearing at each other's high-profile events, including birthday celebrations, fueling further speculation about the nature of their relationship. By 2024, however, the situation took a dramatic turn. Both Diddy and Diddy-Jakes found themselves at the center of serious accusations and swirling internet rumors. Social media buzzed with claims that Diddy-Jakes had stepped down from his role as senior pastor at the Potter's House in Dallas, with speculation suggesting his resignation was somehow linked to Diddy's controversies. These allegations, primarily spread on platforms like YouTube and TikTok, implied that Diddy-Jakes might have been connected to Diddy's alleged legal troubles. This revelation added a new layer to the unfolding drama, suggesting that their partnership might not be purely spiritual, but also had a strategic dimension benefiting both men. A key video that drove much of the online chatter showed Diddy-Jakes singing "Happy Birthday" on camera during Diddy's celebration. While this video might have seemed like a harmless gesture, its timing and public nature brought renewed attention to Jakes' connection with Diddy. Another clip depicted the two smiling and posing together in what appeared to be another public setting. Diddy-Jakes' entertainment representative, Derek Williams, later stated that Jakes' attendance at the gathering was simply a gesture of respect for Diddy, as their professional relationship had brought them closer. Williams explained that Jakes, who was in Los Angeles on business, wanted to pay his respects during his brief visit. Despite these clarifications, the public was not entirely convinced, and rumors continued to grow. During a Christmas Eve service, Diddy-Jakes finally addressed the circulating rumors directly, confronting them head-on. He declared that falsehoods would not deter him from his mission, and even if there was any truth to the claims, he would simply confess his sins and continue his ministry. His statements highlighted his belief in redemption and forgiveness, suggesting that faith could provide a way forward regardless of the accusations. Jakes stood firm, insisting he had nothing to be ashamed of in this situation. In response, Jakes' spokesperson, Jordan Ahura, openly dismissed the rumors as baseless, emphasizing how easily misinformation spreads in today's digital age. Ahura used a quote to underscore how quickly lies can gain traction compared to the truth. However, despite these denials, many in the public remained unconvinced, viewing the relationship between Diddy and Diddy-Jakes as more than just a spiritual alliance. Diddy, facing a challenging time in his life, took to social media to share words of inspiration and resilience. His posts often focused on the idea of staying calm and maintaining faith in the face of adversity. He emphasized the importance of relying on his spiritual beliefs to guide him through tough moments, presenting himself as someone grounded in his religious convictions. In many of these messages, the voice of well-known pastor Diddy-Jakes was featured prominently, adding a deeper spiritual tone to Diddy's public reaction. This connection between the music mogul and the influential spiritual leader caught the attention of both his supporters and critics alike. In one particular video, Diddy was seen standing on a serene beach with his arms extended toward the sky as Diddy-Jakes' voice echoed in the background, urging him to persevere despite the hardships he faced. This visual imagery was powerful, combining Diddy's vulnerability with the motivational words of Jakes, creating a moment that many interpreted as a sincere attempt at self-reflection and spiritual grounding. However, despite the intended message of resilience, the reaction from the public was deeply divided. While a significant portion of Diddy's followers responded with messages of encouragement, praising his strength and his commitment to faith, others were not as supportive. Critics accused him of using religion as a convenient shield during a difficult period in his life, questioning his sincerity and suggesting that he was turning to spiritual solace only when faced with public scrutiny. These accusations were fueled further by online speculation and conspiracy theories that emerged in response to his posts. Much of the controversy was ignited by a viral TikTok video where a user alleged that Diddy-Jakes had been seen attending some of Diddy's private parties, events known for their lavish excess and celebrity-filled guest lists. The user even claimed that a former mentee of Diddy-Jakes, now a well-known figure in their own right, intended to come forward and share details about these interactions. This claim stirred up a frenzy of speculation, with many wondering what the presence of a spiritual leader like Jakes could mean at gatherings that seemed to contradict the principles he publicly espouses. Despite the rumors gaining traction online, none of the parties involved, Diddy, Diddy-Jakes, or the alleged mentee, confirmed or denied these allegations, leaving the public in a state of uncertainty and intrigue. Adding more layers to the unfolding drama, Diddy's former security guard Gene Deal made some startling revelations in a 2023 interview. Deal did not hold back when discussing the improbable connection between Diddy-Jakes and Diddy, expressing his skepticism about the religious leader's involvement in environments that seemed so contrary to his public persona. Deal pointed out the stark contrast between the spiritual values that Jakes promotes and the nature of the events he allegedly attended, questioning how someone of faith could justify their presence in such surroundings. During the interview, Deal spoke candidly about his own upbringing, highlighting the clear division between the saints and the sinners that he had been taught to believe in as a child. He voiced his discomfort with the idea that a man of faith, someone who represents the church, could be seen at gatherings known for indulgence and behavior that many would consider far from spiritual. Without directly accusing Diddy-Jakes of wrongdoing, Deal raised concerns about the confusing optics of such a situation, suggesting that the pastor's involvement at these events blurred the lines between faith and secular excess. Deal further elaborated on his experiences working with Diddy, recounting the wild and extravagant nature of the infamous white parties that Diddy hosted, particularly those in the Hamptons. He described how these parties, initially luxurious and exclusive, grew more uninhibited over the years, marked by displays of excess that seemed to only intensify with time. Deal's recollections painted a vivid picture of the kind of scenes that unfolded at these gatherings, leaving the public to question what role, if any, a spiritual leader like Diddy-Jakes played in such an environment. As the rumors and allegations continue to swirl, the debate over Diddy-Jakes' presence at these events remains unresolved. While some defend the pastor's right to engage with diverse communities in the name of outreach and understanding, others view his association with Diddy's parties as a troubling contradiction to his spiritual teachings. This ongoing saga has sparked intense debate about the authenticity of public personas, the complexity of personal faith, and the often blurry lines between spiritual integrity and the temptations of the high-profile celebrity world. In the past, there were efforts to maintain confidentiality surrounding certain actions and events, but as time went on, the behavior at these gatherings became increasingly overt. Gene Deal observed that what were once private events began taking place in full view of the public, leading to a notable shift in the dynamics of Diddy's parties. While guests would still occasionally disappear into secluded areas, the formerly discreet nature of these gatherings had clearly transformed. Deal pondered the reasons why Diddy-Jakes might choose to attend such events, particularly given his connections to Revolt, Diddy's media organization. It was plausible that Jakes was there for business purposes. However, beyond that, Deal struggled to identify any legitimate reason for a spiritual leader to frequent gatherings characterized by excess and indulgence. He even speculated that Jakes might be attempting to save souls or offer spiritual guidance, though he acknowledged that this scenario felt peculiar. Considering the atmosphere of the parties, Deal believed that Jakes' presence could potentially tarnish the reputation of the Christian community he represented. One of the more startling revelations Deal made was that if Diddy-Jakes wasn't somehow involved in the activities taking place at these gatherings, he questioned why the pastor continued to attend them. Deal couldn't help but voice his suspicions, wondering aloud if there was more beneath the surface than what met the eye. He raised pertinent questions about how a well-known pastor could justify being associated with events like Diddy's parties. And while he refrained from directly accusing anyone, his tone conveyed a sense of unresolved concerns about Jake's intentions and actions. Furthermore, Deal ventured into discussing Diddy-Jakes' family life, suggesting that the circumstances surrounding Jakes' personal life added further complications to his role as a spiritual leader. He mentioned hearing rumors regarding Jakes' children, particularly citing an incident where one of Jake's sons had been arrested in Dallas a few years back. According to Deal, the circumstances of the arrest were tied to a venue known for illegal activities within the LGBTQ+ community. He also asserted that Diddy-Jakes' 2 adoptive children were reportedly involved with the same group, which only served to complicate the pastor's public image as a moral figure. Deal's remarks pointed to a troubling inconsistency. How could a religious leader uphold spiritual values while his own family seemed to reflect behaviors that conflicted with traditional religious beliefs? While he made it clear that he wasn't criticizing anyone's lifestyle choices, the juxtaposition raised serious questions about Jake's credibility as a spiritual guide. As the conversation shifted back to Diddy, Deal elaborated on additional facets of the mogul's life that he had observed over the years. He noted that Diddy's behavior had evolved, particularly in relation to substance abuse. Deal recounted how he had witnessed Diddy's struggle with addiction and how it affected his actions and decision-making. The changes in Diddy's demeanor over time were not just a personal journey. They also reflected the broader chaotic environment surrounding him, including the extravagant parties and the influence of those in his inner circle. In reflecting on the intersection of Diddy's lifestyle and Diddy-Jakes' presence at these events, Deal emphasized the complexity of the situation. The mixing of faith and celebrity culture created a unique and often contradictory narrative that challenged conventional expectations. The ongoing scrutiny of Diddy-Jakes' involvement in such gatherings raised critical questions about the role of spiritual leaders in modern society and their responsibilities in maintaining integrity amidst the allure of fame and wealth. Ultimately, Deal's observations shed light on the intricate dynamics between spirituality, celebrity, and personal choices, revealing the challenges that arise when these worlds collide. As public figures navigate their personal lives under the watchful eyes of society, the expectations placed upon them can often lead to conflicting narratives that leave both supporters and critics questioning their true intentions. Deal had never seen Diddy use drugs or smoke before, but everything changed once Diddy began taking painkillers. According to Deal, this marked a turning point. Diddy started to consume more alcohol and incorporated various other substances into his lifestyle. At that point, Diddy ensured that those around him had access to drugs, such as cocaine, even though he didn't use them openly in front of Deal. From Deal's perspective, the relationship between Diddy and Diddy-Jakes seemed closely tied to Diddy's attempts to rehabilitate his public image. It was clear that Diddy sought to associate with high-profile figures like Diddy-Jakes in a bid to elevate his status in the eyes of the public. Deal proposed that Diddy-Jakes' involvement in Diddy's life was likely an effort to present a more respectable and polished version of the artist to the world. He emphasized that managing one's image was crucial in the entertainment industry, and Diddy-Jakes played a significant role in that endeavor for Diddy. Deal wasn't the only one with strong opinions about the connection between Diddy and Diddy-Jakes. Lil Rod, who was simultaneously facing legal issues involving Diddy, shared his own insights during a separate interview. He echoed some of Deal's sentiments and raised the possibility that video footage could provide additional context regarding the actions that transpired at Diddy's gatherings. Lil Rod reinforced the idea that the relationship between the two men extended beyond mere friendship, although he chose not to delve into specific details about Diddy-Jakes' involvement. Instead, he concurred with Deal's belief that Diddy was working to redefine his public persona through his association with Diddy-Jakes. Reflecting on his own experiences working for Diddy, Lil Rod recounted how, despite the inconsistencies in Diddy's behavior, the music mogul was perpetually focused on maintaining a particular image. Diddy ensured that everyone in his circle had access to whatever they desired, whether it was lavish lifestyles, luxury items, or even substances. Even if he wasn't personally indulging in drugs, alcohol, or other vices, Diddy made certain that those around him had ample access to them. Lil Rod reminisced about Diddy's conduct during his tenure, noting how the artist's lifestyle choices affected the surrounding environment. While Diddy might have maintained a facade of control, the reality was that his world was rife with excess and indulgence. This complex dynamic raised important questions about the lengths to which individuals would go to project a particular image, even if it meant blurring the lines between personal and public behavior. As discussions surrounding Diddy and Diddy-Jakes continued to unfold, the implications of their association resonated within the community. Both Deal and Lil Rod highlighted the intricate interplay between celebrity status and spiritual leadership, illuminating the challenges faced by public figures attempting to navigate their reputations in a world saturated with scrutiny and speculation. Ultimately, the relationship between Diddy and TD. In response to the growing dialogue around his evolving perspective, Jakes took to social media to clarify his position. He emphasized that, while he respects the beliefs and lifestyles of others, he remains committed to his faith and its teachings. This nuanced stance has further fueled discussions about his credibility and the implications of his relationships within the entertainment industry, particularly with someone like Diddy. Ultimately, the relationship between Diddy and Diddy-Jakes raises significant questions about the intersection of celebrity culture and religious leadership. It challenges us to reflect on the values and moral standards we expect from those who hold positions of influence and authority. As both men navigate their complicated public personas, the scrutiny surrounding them highlights the broader societal tensions between personal choices and professional responsibilities, leaving many to ponder the true nature of their connection and what it reveals about their characters. Diddy-Jakes' views on marriage remain grounded in scripture, but his recent comments on inclusivity have garnered mixed reactions. Some praised him for being more open-minded, while others criticized it as a departure from the biblical principles he previously upheld. The controversy surrounding Jakes began in 2009 when he faced charges of indecent exposure during an undercover operation in a Dallas park. This incident not only raised questions about his character, but also ignited public discussions about family values, especially in light of the challenges faced by his daughter, who gave birth at 13. A more recent controversy involves rapper Maze, a former member of Diddy's Bad Boy label, who alleged in a song that Diddy had a financial arrangement with Diddy-Jakes. Mace claimed Diddy owes him money and suggested that Jakes' influence may have contributed to these disputes. Speculation intensified following a $1 million donation Diddy made to the Potter's House, Jakes' church, which many questioned for potential ulterior motives. The lack of public responses from either Diddy or Jakes has only deepened the mystery surrounding their relationship, further complicating their connections with other prominent figures in the entertainment industry. Court documents related to Diddy's ongoing scandals reveal a wide array of high-profile individuals connected to his notorious parties and events, highlighting his extensive network. One notable name mentioned is CVJ, a prominent music producer and reality TV star with a solid reputation in the entertainment industry. His inclusion raises questions about his potential involvement in Diddy's gatherings that are now under scrutiny. The documents also reference a Philadelphia rapper rumored to have dated Nicki Minaj, though the specific identity remains unclear, adding to the speculation surrounding these filings. Additionally, an R&B singer, labeled a Grammy winner, is mentioned but is anonymized in the records. This individual allegedly got into a confrontation with a wealthy businessman from Beijing, leading to police involvement. The documents suggest Diddy's social circle includes a diverse array of figures, from politicians to foreign leaders. Young Miami, a rapper from the City Girls, is mentioned, reflecting her well-known relationship with Diddy. Intriguingly, there's even a reference to Prince Harry, raising questions about the British royal family's involvement. Lastly, Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former partner of over a decade, is included, underscoring her prominence within his inner circle and the complexity of their highly publicized relationship. Other musical legends mentioned in the court documents include the esteemed gospel group the Clark Sisters and gospel vocalist Tono Lawrence. These artists cater to a different audience compared to some of the other individuals on the list, as they are typically associated with uplifting and inspirational music. Although the specifics of their connections to Diddy remain unclear, their unexpected mention highlights the diversity of attendees at his events. It is still unknown whether these individuals were present at the parties or had any direct involvement. Nonetheless, their inclusion raises questions about the range of people who have interacted with Diddy. The court filings detail allegations regarding Diddy's alleged freak-off parties, claiming he recorded several attendees without their consent. These gatherings reportedly included extravagant performances, with numerous well-known figures caught on camera engaging in questionable activities, including athletes, entertainers, and label executives. There were claims that the federal government began investigating Diddy after failing to find any suspicious activity related to his taxes or business dealings, leading to scrutiny of his personal life. Prosecutors later dismissed these allegations as unfounded, clarifying that their investigation was not motivated by racial bias as the courtroom drama intensified.